Yo guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast with me, Tom and Ben. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks.
And today we got another special guest. We got Doug from the Dugout channel, Dugout Football channel. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. And I like the name Blue Podcast with obviously you being a Chelsea fan and Ben being a City fan. It's very simple, but I like it. Thank you very much for having me. Hope you guys are well, and hope everyone is staying.
We've been requested a couple of times to have a Liverpool fan on as as part of our history of series we do. So you're kind of we've been looking for one in there and we found you. So it's good to have on. Before we get into the podcast, you want to let our viewers know a bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, well, my name is Douglas Horn, as you can see on there. I am 28 years old. I work in a supermarket. I'm also engaged to my fiancée Rebecca, and I have been on YouTube properly for about a year and a bit. But I've had that channel since 2015, and I'm really enjoying doing content on 915 subscribers right now. So it's going really well.
That's going very well. Before we get into it, remember, viewers, we upload these Thursday 4 p.m. It's on Spotify, link in the description. Our merch, which me and Ben aren't wearing again, is also in the description. And our Twitter, at the Blue Podcast One, and Instagram, at the Blue Podcast One. And if you ever want to come on the channel, do just give us a DM on one of those two, and we'll definitely get back to you. Alrighty. Well, we recorded the first Purple show yesterday with Cam Fab, and we made predictions of the City game and the Chelsea game because we recorded them just before those two FA Cup games. And I got it the wrong way around with my prediction. I predicted 4-0 City, 3-0 Chelsea, and it was 4-0 Chelsea, 3-0 City.
Yeah, I predicted 3-1 for both games, but I did go 4-1 for Chelsea before I changed it. I shouldn't have changed it because then I would have got it right.
4-0, weren't you?
I would have got it right, but I would have said each team would have conceded one when they didn't. So I would have been closer if I just left it, but oh
well. Did you watch the City game, Ben?
I did, yeah. I watched it with my dad. It was one of those classic FA Cup games that goes according to plan. You score 2 or 3 in the first half, then nothing happens for the second half. Yeah, like it's just sort of like boring second half because
Well, we were quite surprised yesterday when we looked at the teams because they came out whilst we were recording the podcast, and we were kind of surprised at the strength that I guess all 3 of our teams released in the FA Cup this week. How did you feel, Doug, about the putting out your full strength team against the Aston Villa kids? Was it payback for the 7-2?
Well, I think you had to say that Klopp actually he prepares his teams before a game. I think it's a day before. So obviously he didn't know about the Aston Villa situation until they were traveling. So I think we had to get through. I was surprised that the actual start of the team. I think it could be sort of threatening players' health, etc. I was very, very surprised he risked Fabinho, considering that Fabinho's been fantastic as centre back, and obviously with our centre back problems, I was very surprised he played him. But I was surprised to see Henderson, Gini. It was mainly our first team, and to be fair, I thought Aston Villa's kids gave a very good account of themselves. Really, really unlucky to lose 4-1 in the end. And they've got bright futures ahead of them. All them players that played the other night have really got bright futures ahead of them. They should be so proud of themselves.
We talk about how the FA Cup is often a chance for youth players to get a chance, and that's kind of like the biggest chance that most youth teams have had in terms of a Premier League side. Did you see the clip of the, I think it might have been the goal scorer for Villa? He swapped shirts with Fabinho, and then his coach tells him, mate, it's your debut, you've got to keep your debut shirt. So he goes to get it back, but then Fabinho lets him keep his shirt anyway. So
yeah.
Quite nice. And imagine, that's quite nice of Fabinho to be like, oh, I want to swap shirts with you at such a young age.
Yeah, absolutely. But I thought Louis Barry, especially, I thought he was fantastic. I thought their goalkeeper was fantastic. I think it was Bridge and Raven at centre back. I thought they were fantastic as well. So Yeah, as I've said, they've got really good, bright futures ahead of them.
Definitely.
Well, let's talk about the Chelsea game now. I was pretty happy. The second goal was my dad said, so that's the second goal we scored was worth 160 million. It was Ziyech to Havertz to Werner for the goal, and it was just like, yeah, fair enough. We
against
160 million's worth of players against Morecambe.
Who probably their whole squad's probably worth like $1 million, like less than that. So, do you want to just flex a bit more? Like you've got a bit of a losing where it's like, right, we're gonna absolutely smash Morecambe.
Of course. But that's what we needed, though. We needed Werner to score. We needed Havertz to score.
Yeah.
We needed Ziyech to score.
Well, he did exactly what we said he needed to do. Well, I said that he should play Werner striker, not on the wing. He needs to give him a run there and give him a chance there, and he went and scored. Yeah. So it's I mean, some people are saying, he plays better in the front too, but just playing him as that, just as a striker, not as a winger, because he's not a winger. So that's inevitably going to cause him to have poor form. Obviously, he has missed some decent chances, but just playing the right position, it can affect that and enable him to do better.
Yeah. I put in the, I think it was about last 15 minutes when Tammy Abraham came on. I put it in the Purple Show chat. I was like, he's playing 4-4-2 finally. Ben and I have been talking about kind of the solutions for Lampard lately, and I've been saying we should try a 4-4-2, but I thought 4-4-2 with Werner and Giroud, or Werner and have Abraham, not Giroud and Abraham as the front two. Yeah. It was an interesting choice, but I think he just wanted to give Abraham minutes, and Tino Andrew got some more minutes, which was good. But I was surprised that he had such few youth players in the bench, because I remember it was like five youth players were brought into the first team bubble, and yet one of them was on the bench.
He's probably thinking, it's what you were saying, like you needed to win that game well. Yeah. So he was thinking, right, I'm not gonna. Obviously, you want youth players to go in, but he's not going to risk it at this time. Yeah. Playing youth players and maybe there being an upset, because you needed. Couldn't really afford that at the moment, so he did the right thing in terms of winning the game comfortably.
Yeah, I feel like the Chelsea game, as you described the City game, was kind of like the opposite to the Chelsea game, because our first half was bloody boring. Mount scored a fantastic goal, but apart from that, literally all it was Morecambe. The entire team was just in that final third, just planted there.
And what do you expect him to do?
I know.
You can't I mean, there's something to be. Something to be said like when a top team plays park the bus, but when it's Premier League versus League Two, is it, or League One?
League Two.
League Two, yeah. What can you expect the League Two team to do? They're not going to be like, right, yeah, we're going to match them. We're going to play nice when they're not going to be able to keep up with it. So,
but one more thing about the Chelsea game is I think Lampard's now got a bit of a dilemma on the wings, because I think a lot of Chelsea fans think Hudson-Odoi is undroppable right now in the way he's playing. Because in the first half, our best player probably in terms of his attacking, and in the second half again he was fantastic, scored a goal. So
I think that's part of that is that, so Havertz, Ziyech, they're not obviously they can play there, but they're not out and out wingers. Hudson-Odoi
Ziyech is a right winger.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can play attacking fielder.
It's I'd say it's the opposite of Havertz. Havertz is a 10 who can play on the wing, whereas Ziyech is a winger who can play at 10.
Yeah. So, but in terms of Ziyech's not absolutely blistering pace, is it, like Hudson-Odoi? He's an out and out winger. Ziyech's more of a technical person, but in terms of someone who's gonna try and beat a man and get to the byline, stuff like that, Hudson-Odoi is that player.
He's also so bloody good at it. I've noticed. And that's kind of why I want him to play with Pulisic I think a lot of Chelsea fans are thinking, don't know why. Well, I understand why. I mean, is they want Hudson-Odoi on the right, Pulisic on the left against Fulham.
Yeah, I think I mean, if it was me, if he's going to stick to that 4-3-3, I would play Werner down the centre, Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, and then you would have Havertz and Ziyech
Who's trying to Mount?
Playing in that 10. Well, if that's it, I would not that I would drop Mount, but that's if he's playing the new signings.
Yeah.
So, but
what do you think, Doug?
I don't think Lampard knows his best 11. In all honesty, I mean,
no.
the thing is, like, Mason Mount, as much as he's been, very, very good, I just don't think he gets in that starting 11 for me. And looking at your like wide options, like, as you say, like, Werner should be, up front, Pulisic at the left, and then I think it's a toss-up between probably Ziyech and, Hudson-Odoi. But I think Ziyech, you've been missing his creativity. In the games that he missed, I think you were really lacking creativity. So, but as I've said, I just think Lampard doesn't know his best 11.
I think I think most people don't know Chelsea's best 11, to be honest.
I mean, I know you're a real fan of Mount, but would you rather him drop Hudson-Odoi or drop Mount to play those signings? This is another thing that that with you signing so many players, the players that he trusted last season are inevitably he's either going to have to not play the signings or drop the players that he was playing last season. So it's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's either going to be unfair on the players that he's been using or the players that have come in. So
yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a situation to be honest.
No.
It would be tough. It would definitely be tough. Liverpool's next couple of games coming up are, I know the second one's United, and you got Burnley before that. Am I right?
It's Manchester United and Burnley.
Oh, it's Manchester United then Burnley. Okay, it's the
Burnley. It's United Burnley this.
Yes, sorry.
This week.
Yeah, United Burnley. Sorry, yeah. You were confident about the United game, Doug?
I'm going to say this now. It's probably the biggest Liverpool-Manchester United game, I would say, that's had title aspirations on both sides since 2008-2009. When we finished second by Man United, I would say it's that big. I mean, honestly, I don't think they've lost since January 2020 away. I think in the Premier League, I could be wrong about that. They've got an amazing record away from home. So it's going to be tricky, but I am obviously confident with our Anfield, home record. But we're not playing well at all at the moment. So that'll be something that they'll take glee of, is that they could exploit they'll probably exploit our backline. I expect them to score, but then again, I don't expect them to keep us out. You see what I'm saying there? I think it will be either be a very narrow Liverpool win or a very high scoring Liverpool win, or even if Manchester United are probably our biggest threat from losing our unbeaten record, I would say.
Fair enough. So if you could give us a score prediction, go on.
2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go behind in the first half an hour and then win ridiculously late on.
Yeah, I think that could probably happen.
Yeah,
that'd be so Liverpool at home as well.
Yeah, we were saying that because we on the thing we did yesterday, where one of the people we did it with is a Liverpool fan, and we're saying Liverpool need to at least draw with United, because if they win, they go 6 points clear of Liverpool. If they win against Burnley, which you expect them to, so it's like it'll be a bit ropey if United win.
It's funny how much the fans have kind of spun on their head. So like before, they wouldn't have cared if United win, but really we didn't want Liverpool to win. And now they'd rather Liverpool would win right now than United win the league.
Yeah,
it's because you've won it now, so it doesn't matter. It's now if United don't win it for a bit, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good game. But I think it's a strange one, because like you say, United have got a really good record away, but Liverpool have got probably the best they've not lost in 2 years at Anfield, have they?
We've not lost at home since the 23rd of April 2017, and that was
Right,
Sam Allardyce's Crystal Palace that day.
So that's so there you go. Like, so you got like probably the best home record recently and the best away record recently. So it'll be an interesting one.
That will be an interesting one, and I think we'll do a Purple Show prediction for that on Twitter. Man City, you got Brighton and then Palace. Two relatively easy games before Villa, would you say?
In any other season, you'd be like, you'd be saying you expect City to win this, but you just don't know what's going to happen this season.
Both at home, though. You'd expect it.
It's what I was saying. It was what I was saying in the previous episode, that if we play like we have been the past couple of games, then we should be fine. But if we go back to play the way we were playing before then, we'll be struggling. Like, it'll be similar to the West Brom game where we'll score one and then they'll get a deflected goal and then we won't be able to score again. So it depends which City turn up. So, but hopefully we've turned the corner in it. We carry on with that sort of playing the way we have been.
You started definitely scoring a lot more goals lately, and obviously your defence is probably one of the best in the league right now, to be honest. Possibly the best in the league right now.
I think it is. In terms of goals conceded, we've got conceded the least, I think, which is a shock if you looked at our defence last year. But I mean, just going back to the FA Cup game, I think we were saying we were shocked at sort of how strong the teams were, but I think he did the reverse. You know, like when you play a weakened team and you bring on a couple of the stronger players just to give them a few minutes. He started with the stronger players and then brought on a lot of youth players in the second half. So he brought on Delap, Nemecha, Harewood Bellis. He brought on quite a few youth products in the second half. So he did it in the reverse. But it was nice to see a few youth players. But I thought, have you seen the highlights? Because Foden's goal was...
I saw the Foden goal, yeah.
Yeah, and then Bernardo's first goal was cracking as well.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And, you know, the audacity to, get that volley in was fantastic. But I actually agree. I think City, write them off at your peril, as I've said on many, many predictions videos that I've done on my channel. I've said, write them off at your peril because they look like the old City is coming back.
They do.
Yeah,
I've said it before on other people's channels as well. I think City have got this momentum that they started to build up over time this season, and they've really started to hit the ground running, to be honest. Doug, I want to know your thoughts on was it Spurs Aston Villa coming up? Is it? I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I think that is...
Aston Villa Everton, I think.
I've heard that Aston Villa Tottenham on Wednesday has been postponed, and it will be Tottenham Fulham instead.
Yes, I saw that.
That's why I couldn't find it. Well, we can still talk about how you think the Villa Spurs game would go at some point.
Both sides playing well, obviously with Spurs, winning 5-0 against Marine yesterday, and I was obviously wanting Marine to, give him a wee go. Hit the crossbar as well.
I saw that. 30 minutes in, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I
think the guy who hit the bar was a trainee plumber, wasn't he? And then the person in net he works at Sainsbury's, so that shows you sort of. And then you got I was saying to my brother, he was on a previous episode. He's not really that into football, but I was saying, right, so look here, he's a trainee plumber and he works at Sainsbury's, and then here's Gareth Bale. He's an 85 million Galactico. Like it's a bit of a it's part of the beauty of the FA Cup, that, isn't it, really?
Well, we can't talk about the beauty of the FA Cup if you don't talk about Crawley. versus Leeds now, can we?
Oh, that was amazing! Absolutely amazing. I saw lots of Leeds fans tweeting, "Oh, Crawley is an easy passage to the next round," and I just literally had to tweet and like a GIF as well. I was like, "Yeah, I mean, Crawley, to be fair, were fantastic. Leeds were terrible, and one of the main factors that I think why they lost was Kiko Casilla. I've never rated that goalkeeper at Leeds. I know they had Meslier, fit and ready, but I don't think it would have been 3-0 if Meslier played, in all honesty. I think Leeds defensively were a shambles, and to play Calvin Phillips, a centre-back as well, not great.
No,
not
it
great.
wasn't. But the first goal, though, was a bit of magic. No? Was it the first goal?
I remember.
There was one where the guy turns outside the box, takes it past a couple of players, and then puts it in bottom corner.
Oh, that was the first goal, yeah. That was the first goal.
That was a bit of magic. And the guy kind of broke down in the interview because he got released from a Premier League club, but then he'd gone
Spurs
way down.
and Brentford, I think.
Yeah, and he got to that point, and now he's just scored against Premier League sides to help them win. So it's quite that is almost the definition of the magic of the FA Cup, and hopefully they can keep on going as long as they're not playing Chelsea. But I remember all the interviews. All the interviewers were asking the Crawley players, "Oh, do you want to play another big team?" And we want. They were like, "Yeah, we want to be giant killers." So all the best to them again. All
the best.
I mean, they might have a fifth round tie because they're doing the fourth and fifth round, so they might have the potential to play in the top team. It's still there'll be. I don't know how long that draw is going to be. It's going to go on forever, isn't it? You're going to do the fourth round. It's like, right.
I honestly don't know how they're going to do the fourth round and fifth round at the same time. Like I don't know how it's going to work. So that's going to be very, very interesting indeed. But just go back to obviously Crawley. It'll mean so much for them if they get that game. If they get a Premier League side at home, think of like how much money they're going to get from TV revenues and like gate. Obviously it being behind closed doors as well, but it'd be fantastic for them to have a home tie and it being on TV. And I think they fancy a Premier League side, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think
they were talking about it loads at the end of the game about wanting to play a big team.
Yeah, I think that's one of the shames really, because obviously they would get a lot of money from TV revenue and stuff, but they would get loads of more money through gate receipts, which they're not going to get. So that's a shame really, but obviously that's just the times we're living in at the moment. It's just the case at the moment.
It is. Well, should we get into kind of your history of Liverpool, Doug? How does that sound?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can basically tell you a couple of good stories. So my dad is a big Liverpool fan, so has to run in the family. So yeah, I have to say that. So I remember watching the 2005 Champions League final, Istanbul. I was watching it with my dad, and our youngest brother, Jamie, was born in 2004. So I think he was only maybe 1 at the time. So we're basically watching the Champions League final, and basically when we went 3-0 down, I was like, this is it. That's the end. That's the end. But just stayed back and watched the second half. And when the first goal went in, I was like, yes. The second goal, Jamie had just fallen asleep, so my dad had him in his arms, and he was actually when Smeetser scored that goal to make it 3-2. He cheered, and then when the penalty went in, he actually cheered, and actually my mum had to take Jamie out of the room because he was cheering so madly. But yeah, 2005 was my first memory. 2006 as well. Obviously, the Gerrard final. Everyone remembers that. My first game that I ever went to was Liverpool Sheffield United in 2007. Which finished 4-0 to Liverpool. And I can remember the goal scorers that day. Stevie G scored 2 and Robbie Fowler scored 2. And ever since then, I have tried to get to as many, Liverpool games. Obviously, being in Edinburgh, it's difficult to get tickets. But no, I've followed the club through thick and thin. I remember obviously the 2010 years where we almost went out of business. And almost went into the relegation zone. So everyone remembers that. But yeah, the last couple of years has just been absolutely fantastic to watch. And you get the feeling, as a Liverpool fan, obviously with winning the league last season, that it was never going to happen. It was never going to happen in your lifetime. 30 years of waiting, and then all of a sudden that happens. So, but yeah, it's been a high and a low of supporting Liverpool, I have to say.
Fair enough. Well, normally we're the one asking the questions for our interviewees, I guess. And our first question was going to be, what is your first game? But you're kind of you're natural at this already, Doug. So it's very good. Ben, what's our second question?
Favorite ever game was our second question, but I think would you say that's the Istanbul?
Oh, favorite ever game.
Live on TV and in person.
Yeah, both.
Live on TV, Istanbul. Istanbul was probably the best game to watch. But probably a second was that Liverpool-Barcelona game. Nobody gave Liverpool a hope of coming back from 3 goals down to beat Barcelona. And that night, 4-0. I actually remember missing that game as well. I was actually working on that day, so that was a very unlucky day to obviously try and get out of work. But remember taping it, and I remember watching that game, and I just couldn't believe it. As far as live games are concerned, I have been to a few Liverpool-Manchester United games. I've been a few Liverpool-Chelsea games. Probably my favourite game of all time, going to watch live, was probably the 2-1 Liverpool-Manchester United game, where we basically went behind after 2 minutes, Dimitar Berbatov, and then it was Wes Brown OG, and then Ryan Babel scored the winner after that. That was my first taste of a Liverpool-Manchester United game, and I was thinking that was a wee lucky charm when you're going to these kind of games. I mean, that would probably be the best game I've seen live, but obviously the best on TV, I'd say, was Istanbul and that Barcelona game at Anfield.
Well, I think my fondest memory of Liverpool from a Chelsea standpoint was when Stevie Gerrard fell on his arse against us to give it to Demba Ba. That was
you would bring it up, wouldn't you?
You had to bring that up, didn't you? You had to bring that up.
You're our first kind of standalone Liverpool fan. I've got to bring that up. Who's your 5 favourite players then? 5 favourite players of all time for Liverpool.
Well, obviously, I didn't get to see Dalglish, so that was obviously growing up in the 90s. There's been some fantastic players. Top 5, I would say Xabi Alonso, Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Mohamed Salah, and probably Steven Gerrard.
I was waiting to see if you'd forgotten. Fair enough. You kind of already said your earliest memory of United, which was what was it again?
It was a 2-1 game in 2008-2009.
Okay. And what was your favourite goal to, again, see in person and on the TV? What was your favourite Liverpool goal?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to bring up a Liverpool-Chelsea memory, because obviously you brought up the Gerrard one, so I've got to bring up a Liverpool-Chelsea game. I actually remember the Liverpool-Chelsea game from 2010-2011. This was when we were managed by Roy Hodgson, and I honestly still can't believe we beat you guys, because you had Carlo Ancelotti as manager. And I remember all the talk in that game was Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool, Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool. And I remember the Torres, the second goal, where he basically just picks it up, runs inside, and curls a fantastic shot past Petr Cech. And I remember that goal, and that I was sitting right behind the Anfield road end for that game as well, so you could actually just see it going straight in. So that was my best goal, the first best memory from that for sure. But I had to bring up Liverpool Chelsea.
You brought it on yourself, Tom. You brought it on yourself.
I brought it on myself. And best goal you saw on TV?
Oh, well, probably I would say the 2001-2002 Champions League final, the Zidane goal at Hampden Park.
Fair enough.
Absolute memory goal, that one.
I'll have to give that one a watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like this coming a bit more current now, how would you say your starts the season has been overall?
It's been up and down. I mean, obviously, like being defending champions, I think everyone wants to go for you. So I think there's added pressure on that one as well. But no, I mean, look, it's been a very weird season. Obviously, behind closed doors, but I don't think anyone could have anticipated, us losing 7-2 at Aston Villa, and then like basically the same day, Manchester United losing 6-1 to Tottenham, us losing 7-2. Bring that back into sort of December, where Manchester United beat Leeds 6-2, and we beat Crystal Palace 7-0 away from home. So I can't remember the last time. Obviously, I can't remember the last time a defending champion has scored 7 away from home and conceded 7 away. So it's been one of those seasons, I think. Defensive crisis, obviously, we've had Van Dijk and Gomez, but to be top and to be in amongst the title racers is quite incredible. And I think the way that Klopp's done his business this season with, I think Jota is a very good signing. I think he's a big miss as well. I think we've been missing his creativity as well. Thiago Alcantara, I mean, like this guy is fantastic in any midfield in the world football. So to get him for 30 million was absolute bargain. Yes, I know he's been injured a lot, etc. But hopefully he will be able to stay fit. But I'm very happy to say that we are still top of the league at the moment, albeit until probably tomorrow evening when Man United play Burnley. But to go into the Manchester United game still top is fantastic.
Yeah. I would say I was going to say, like, after you lost 7-2 to Aston Villa, I thought you recovered really well from that. It's only recently where you've had a few more difficult results, but even if United win, you're only 3 points behind, so you're within touching distance.
Yeah.
So you win that game, you're back level. So those results where you were struggling will be forgiven after that. So.
And we've got a really tough run in as well. I think we've got, after Man United, I think it's Burnley, and then the FA Cup, and then Tottenham away, West Ham away, you guys at Anfield, and then I think it's Leicester City away as well. So a really tough running for sure.
Well, I think we've spoken about that a lot on the podcast. Kind of almost all the run-ins right now are just difficult for most.
We never win at Anfield. the best we can do is a draw at Anfield.
Do you remember the last time you won at Anfield?
No.
2003, 2004, Nicholas Anelka double.
Nicholas Anelka, what a baller now! I mean, I'd love a City win at Anfield, but I can't see it. I think a draw is the best we can do at Anfield.
What do you think your kind of recent tough results have been down to lately?
It's been a bit mixture. I think obviously with the scheduling and obviously the results. I mean, I think the thing is there's some players being overplayed, but they've had to be overplayed. If you know what I mean. I don't think we've had, defensive wise. I don't think we've had. Well, obviously we haven't had Van Dijk, we haven't had Gomez. Matip you can't rely on because he's like Weetabix. Sorry, had to say that. I don't think he trusts Reece Williams, and I don't think he trusts Nathaniel Phillips as well. So I reckon a centre-back in January is needed for sure. But I think what it comes down to is the lack of creativity. I mean, we absolutely dominate West Brom in the first half. Absolutely dominated them, and then second half it just went to pieces. And then against Newcastle, it's not the lack of trying. It's just you come up against a very good goalkeeper in Carl Darlow, and against Southampton we were shockingly bad. So, but hopefully we can bounce back against our obviously biggest rivals on Sunday. But we'll wait and see about that one. But yeah, tiredness, fatigue, and I think the Christmas fixtures is always very, very hectic as well. So I would definitely put it down to that. But yeah, I didn't think we would draw with West Brom. Didn't think we would draw with Newcastle, and I didn't think we would lose to Southampton. But there you go.
Fair enough. Well, we've spoken a bit about you. Go on.
Sorry, Klopp's already said that it's unlikely they'll get a centre back because it'll be either a loan or a short-term option. So, but like you say, you probably say it is needed. But I guess in terms of how the clubs run, it's not something that they would do now because they're a bit more long-term thinking. But if they wanted to show up that defence now, then obviously you would go into the market.
I mean, look, I think the January transfer window is really difficult anyway to get players. I know we've obviously had past successes, but obviously like Luis Suarez was a big success in January. Virgil van Dijk obviously, but obviously he's injured right now. And then we've had some absolute disasters. Andy Carroll, not going to mention him. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it'll be a loan or probably a short-term option. Like we got Stephen Cocker back in 2016, 2017. Remember that? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, we've spoken a bit about your past about Liverpool, and we've spoken a bit about the present in Liverpool. But what do you think the future holds for Liverpool?
Well, I said that we would go back to back. I'm still confident we can, because I think once we get our players back, I think we'll be into like a bit of a groove. But as I've said, this season is really, really tricky to understand. Champions League, I think still Bayern Munich are still the favourites to win the Champions League, and even our draw with Leipzig, I think that's a really, really tough one. And we've obviously Chelsea getting, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City getting Borussia Mönchengladbach. I mean, the English clubs have got some tough draws, I'd have to say as well. So I would think quarterfinals, maybe semi-finals of the Champions League. I don't think we're going to win it. Maybe an FA Cup run. Maybe is that too much to ask? I think it might be. I think Premier League is a main priority though this season.
Fair enough. And the season after, what's your thoughts there?
Just got to keep winning, really. Just got to keep winning things for sure. But defending the title is very, very difficult. I know Man City, went back to back 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019. So it is very, very difficult, and we've never gone back to back. So I'm hoping to change that for sure. But I think looking at the next summer, I think next summer is going to be very, very interesting. I think there may be a bit of squad overhaul. I think you might see a big summer for Liverpool, and I think you might see 5 or 6 signings coming.
Fair enough. Well, we've spoken a bit about Liverpool. Why don't we talk a bit about your YouTuber career, I guess? Have you ever been kind of, anyone spoken to you about how you got into YouTube and stuff before?
Yes, I mean, I started a YouTube channel properly in 2019, and I saw myself as a YouTuber. To be fair, the first couple of videos, obviously you struggle for views, etc. But I felt confident speaking in front of a camera, and I didn't used to. But now I'm actually more confident speaking to people face to face. I always had a problem with eye contact, but Dan Cullender from used to be Fandangle YouTube channel. He's actually got me into starting a channel. as well, and it's been going really, really well. I mean, 915 subscribers in a year and a half. We could be at 1K sitting before February, which would be absolutely magnificent. And I have actually collabed with a lot of YouTubers, and I've made a lot of friends from YouTube as well. So I've really, really enjoyed it. It's a marathon, not a sprint, as they say. In the YouTube world, so you can only do what you can. But yeah, I thought myself, get a football-based YouTube channel, and it's going really, really well, and I'm glad it is as well.
So you'd say that what was his name again? Was it Dan?
Dan Collender. So
you'd say he was kind of the person that kind of inspired you to get into YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I came across him in sort of 2018-2019 season, believe it or not. And then July 2019, I was like, I'm going to start this properly. I'm going to absolutely start it properly. So started with a few, obviously, match previews, like in the friendlies. I think it was Tranmere away. I think we had Borussia Dortmund at home as well. So started that. And just as everything goes on, like you've got Scottish Premiership predictions coming up, you've got Premier League predictions. I just started to get to grips with that. So, but yeah, Daniel Collender was definitely the man who inspired me to make my own channel for sure.
Fair enough.
And then, well, this is a question that I think Tom writes in hope that other people have had like 67 channels before they've got to the current one. He's looking away because he's like, But is this your first channel, or have you had others in the past?
No, this is my only channel. This is my only channel that I've had.
Tom's
it's kind of weird though, because I like I would have had that many. I've had like four or five.
Five.
And it's interesting to notice that surprisingly a lot of people we've now met through YouTube haven't kind of had that. But I guess but most people seem to start kind of later on, I guess. Whereas
I mean, you started quite young, so you hadn't really found what you wanted to do yet. So
yeah, exactly. So finally fell on podcasts, mainly football based. So that's good. You spoke about kind of the type of videos that you do, Doug. But what's kind of your favourite video to record, or what is your favourite video of all time?
Well, I did a match reaction to the Chelsea-Liverpool game this season, and it's had 2.4k views. So that's probably my best video to date. I have also done. I think probably my favourite videos to do are probably Premier League predictions, because you research, you're basically in front of a camera and you basically do your predictions as well. So I like doing them. I like doing Scottish Premiership predictions. I like doing my live podcasts on a Monday evening as well. We've got one this evening as well, the World of Football podcast. We'll be talking about the Leeds United Crawley Town, and we'll be talking about Manchester United and that as well. So, but no, I think the podcast, I've been doing combined 11s as well, which has been very, very good as well. But I would say the favourites is probably the predictions. I really enjoy doing them.
Fair enough. Right. Well, but Ben, I noticed, I was just looking at our YouTube studio yesterday. When we did that Manchester City-Chelsea combined 11 quite early on?
Yeah.
We got like 15 views from Egypt for some reason.
Egypt?
I don't know why. I was just looking at it yesterday, and I was just seeing where we've had some fans from. We've had obviously quite a few US fans from the comic book ones.
Yeah.
For the 500 subscriber special, we had some South African fans, because remember the guy was United fan, was South African, and then we got we had some Saudi, we've had some Egypt. I don't know why, Russian as well.
Very odd.
It's interesting. It's interesting. What are you about to ask?
I guess that's sort of ties into the next question. What's your favourite thing about doing YouTube? Would you say it is those predictions? I would
say it's the predictions, and I would say it's interacting with the live chat. Right. If you're ever doing live streams, I absolutely love interacting with my subscribers. So that's something I really, really like doing, is the live podcasts. And sometimes I do live match reactions as well. It's nice to get like a community going. So I think I'm getting that.
What do you use for your live podcast stuff?
Live podcast, we use StreamYard.
Yeah.
StreamYard is really fantastic to go live on YouTube, because I think it's 1,000 subscribers. You can actually go live from YouTube itself. So it's good to go on StreamYard and get live podcasts going. But yeah, StreamYard is the best, I would say.
Yeah, I just wondering if there was anything else, because we've had a look at StreamYard a couple of times, but it's more we're struggling to find a time to do them sometimes. Why these podcasts are quite good, because obviously we can record them at any point before we release them on Thursday. Looking back at your YouTube career, what would you do differently? I guess.
Probably. I was very, very timid in front of a camera. I've always had problems with eye contact, so that would be something going back to. But I think I am improving with every video as I go along, and some of my past videos, like first videos, were really, really quiet. Like, I didn't have a mic, I didn't have like a headset, and obviously now you look at me, I've got like a headset as well. So I would definitely say those kind of videos. But I think it's getting better, and sound. I had a lot of sound issues in the past as well, but I think I'm getting over that as well.
Cool. And then looking to the future, what would you say your future goals for your channel are?
Just to basically grow it as much as possible, just to get out there, and just to collab with bigger YouTube channels would be absolutely fantastic. Gets my name out there, and gets other people's names out there as well. So yeah, I think to sort of grow ever so slowly. It has been a bit of a struggle, to be honest with you. I think I started out. I think I had about 13 subscribers when I started properly. And then to be like a 915 right now is absolutely fantastic. I think we had I think I started on like 100 at the start of 2020, and then just to keep on growing, to 915 is fantastic. So hopefully, I think the main target is to get to 1K as quickly as possible. After that, it's just seeing how far you can go growing wise.
That's a nice kind of a goal you set yourself, and it's nice that you haven't. Yes, obviously you want to hit the 1K. I think everyone else at our stage does, but it's nice that you'd rather just grow and increase your subscriber audience. So for your lives and stuff, which is obviously very nice. What was I going to say? Oh, damn it! If you had to, what's the word? If you had to pick one big signing in the summer that you really want to make for Liverpool, who would it be?
It up in Meccano.
Really?
Right.
Well, Chelsea, United, and Liverpool are all in for him now.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you signed Declan Rice, would you drop Kante?
I think oh God, that's a good question. I think we're getting Declan Rice because he's 22 and Kante's 30.
All right. Okay.
Kante's 30.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why we're getting Declan Rice. I think we're waiting till the summer because Kante, he's getting quite injury prone now. He's not quite. He can't quite keep up every game like he used to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he's still a machine. He's almost a perfect athlete in terms of he just doesn't stop running. But kind of obviously it's going to catch up with him slowly as he's getting older, and he's going to be 31 next season, and it might even be 31 this season. So yeah, I think that's why we need Declan Rice, and it'd probably be good for Rice as well to play with Kante, play and train with Kante, because obviously Kante can give him all the experience he has. So
yeah,
that's definitely good. But so you would want a Van Dijk and Upamecano centre-back partnership?
Yeah, Upamecano's an absolutely fantastic defender for Leipzig. I know we won't be getting him in January. I think he's got a 43 million buyout clause, I think, that goes on to the summer. So hopefully we'll do like a Naby Keita type deal or something like that. But yeah, Upamecano. I've seen Mbappe being mentioned, but I think the thing with Mbappe, I think one of the front three is going to have to go if we do get Mbappe. So that'll probably be likely Mohamed Salah, because I think he's getting linked continuously with Real Madrid, etc. So, but yeah, I would say Upamecano for sure.
That's interesting. He wasn't brought up yesterday, was he, Ben? In terms of Liverpool, was he?
Upamecano, no. Mbappe was mentioned, and he was saying about the Liverpool fan was saying about Salah. Look, like the rumours are that he wants to leave and stuff like that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But I don't know if it's that he wants to leave or that it's more that Real Madrid are interested, sort of thing. It's one of those ones. I mean, any player is head's going to turn if Real Madrid come calling, but don't really know which one's which.
What's everyone's view on the possible PSG super side that's being created right now, with being linked with Messi, Ramos, going for free, Pogba now linked with them as well? What's your view on that, Doug?
Look, I think PSG are one of those sides that have really not got the mentality to win the Champions League. I'm surprised Pochettino's gone there, in all honesty. I'm surprised Tuchel was sacked. I really was, but I think the football got kind of stale there as well. But yeah, this super side, I mean, if they can get a super side, then they'll definitely be Champions League contenders. But I just don't think they've got the mentality to win it, and that's something that's really, really bugging them to get the Champions League. They were very close last season. I'll give them their due. They were very, very close last season to winning it, but came up against a very good Bayern Munich side in there. So I think it must be exciting times for PSG fans, but whether or not those deals come off is another thing.
Well, because obviously Messi's linked with City, isn't he, Ben?
Yeah, but I think. I mean, I can't see him coming to City. I think he's more likely to go to PSG. But like you say, I think the thing is with that super side is obviously it will be quality if they do get it together, but it'll only be quality for a few years because they're all older
PSG
players.
are so desperate to win the Champions League as soon as they can. Like it's what the owners are the most desperate for them to win. That's why they've got Mbappe, Neymar, and all these kind of good players, but they obviously haven't kind of won enough in Europe yet. Obviously, I think Neymar's almost the only one that has won the Champions League in that side.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
So maybe that's why they will probably put all stops for Ramos and Messi, because
but if that doesn't come off, they'll obviously it'll be quality for a couple of seasons. But if they don't win the Champions League, those players will have started to decline by then.
But I think they're that desperate, though. I actually think PSG are that desperate to.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they won't do it because of that, but like if it doesn't come off for them, then inevitably. Yeah,
that's a lot of money lost as well in terms of wages and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but that's why Fab said yesterday that he was unsure about Mbappe to Liverpool, because obviously you've got quite a good wage balance between the players right now, haven't you?
Yeah, we do. I think Salah and Thiago, I think, are the highest earners. I think Salah could be the highest earner at the club. But yeah, it's balancing the books, I think, with the wage structure. I mean, there's been talk that we're in for potentially Haaland as well, but then again, you're going to have to deal with a crook. I like to call him a crook in Mino Raiola. So, but. Imagine Haaland at like Liverpool. Imagine Haaland at Chelsea. Imagine Haaland at City. He's just different gravy right now.
Yeah, we've spoken about him before, and I think you almost want him to be your next signing, don't you, Ben?
I think in terms of what we need, and in terms of the most likely signing, he is the most likely, because Kane's been mentioned, but I just can't see that at all. Like not in. I can't see him leaving Tottenham. But I mean, going back to PSG, even Pogba, how is he? Late 20s now.
Yeah,
So
28, 29, I
28,
think.
29.
So even he's after 3-4 years he'll be declining. So it's an interesting one. But if he actually if it comes off of them, then fair play. But I mean, if it doesn't, then they're going to have all these players who are in decline on like ridiculous wages as well.
Yeah.
And Pogba, he's good for France, but if he plays anything like he has for United, because he's had that one of the odd quality game, but then he goes missing for like 20 games and plays another quality game and then goes missing again. So if he plays like that for PSG, then
it'd be interesting. But if you put Pogba in a team with Neymar, Mbappe, Messi,
yeah, obviously,
you think he probably would even step up at that point, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, you would like to think so, anyway. You hope so.
Yeah, I just saw an interesting news article we released. Apparently, Lampard has come out and said that Hudson-Odoi and Billy Gilmore could be the keys that we've been missing for our success in the future with recent games. So could be interesting to see if Gilmore, because Kante's unavailable. He's been 5 yellow cards for the Fulham game. Could Billy Gilmore start?
That's a what do you call Smith Rowe and Martinelli situation. That
yeah, as indeed.
It would be very interesting to see if I think Hudson-Odoi's tipped to start either over Pulisic or Ziyech. I think he's tipped to start because he's obviously scored 2 in 2 now and playing very well. But I think it'd be interesting if Gilmore starts over either Kovacic or Jorginho in that pivot, or if he even plays a different formation and Gilmore starts. What do you guys think of that?
I think Billy
Gilmore. Actually, as a Scotsman, aren't you? As a Scotsman,
yeah, of course, yeah. Billy Gilmore is absolutely fantastic. I remember his actual debut. He turned Fabinho inside and out in that cup game. He was absolutely magnificent in that game. And I know he did get a serious injury, but he is getting back to basics. But yeah, I think it's maybe too soon for him at the Euros, unfortunately. But look, as a Scotsman, it's fantastic to qualify for a European competition for the first time since I think the last major competition we were at was the 1998 World Cup. So we will enjoy the Euros as well. But hopefully, no, I think Billy Gilmore would be a fantastic player to start for Chelsea for sure. And then again, I think Chelsea had midfield problems anyway. It's picking that best midfield.
Yeah.
There's so many players there. Obviously, like if you start, let's say you start Mount, Gilmore, Havertz, like we did in the FA Cup. That means Kante, he's suspended, but Kante's not playing. Kovacic isn't playing. He was a player of the season last season, and Jorginho aren't playing.
Yeah,
that's almost a midfield three in itself.
Yeah,
it's not like
it begs the question: should they have he just trusted the youth again this season and only signed a couple of players?
Yeah, I've also heard that the Fulham Chelsea game rescheduled for Friday has actually been moved to the Saturday evening kickoff, 5:30, I believe. I think it's just because of obviously Fulham playing Tottenham on Wednesday.
Yeah, it has been changed.
I don't think you can play 2 games in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Leicester on Tuesday. Oh my god.
That'll be a tricky one.
I think if he's figured out his team against Fulham, then you might be all right. But if he hasn't, then could be ropey.
I didn't realize it'd been moved to Saturday. Oh, that's Sunday, Monday, 2 rest days, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as far as they're going to get it with Fulham playing on the Wednesday.
Yeah,
because they've got 2 rest days. But I was just going to say about PSG again. What do you think about Eriksen and Dele Alli being linked with them because of obviously Pochettino?
Oh, he's getting the crew back together.
Yeah.
I've also heard that he wants Aguero.
Yeah, I
well.
saw that.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
think
that.
that's only if Messi goes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer if Messi goes there. If he wants to play with his mate, then, and I think it's really obvious, even if Aguero stays, that we're targeting a striker.
But
No,
who
he signed a
plays?
lifetime contract. He signed a lifetime contract with you guys. He said he wouldn't leave until you win the Champions League.
So much for that.
Well,
yeah.
Who would play for PSG if they played a front three? If you've got Aguero, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe.
Well, that's why. Well, Mbappe is supposedly wanted by Real Madrid, isn't it? And he'll
Yes,
fund
but
all that
I'm
stuff.
saying if they keep all of these players, who the hell plays? Let's say play 4-4-2.
They just play 4-2-4 like on FIFA.
I think it would probably be Neymar, Messi, Aguero.
Really?
Yeah, I think I can't see them being able to keep all those players. That they're gonna have to sell someone to fund
and
a bit of it.
And Moise Kean, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't, because Real Madrid, like I was saying yesterday, they deliberately didn't spend any money last summer because they were preparing to put a bid in for Mbappe or place a bid for Mbappe in.
Yeah.
So obviously they might have that in the back of their mind that they know that Mbappe is probably leaving, maybe. But yeah, I saw Eriksen could be going back to Tottenham as well.
Fuck's sake. I've seen Everton being mentioned for Eriksen. I've seen Tottenham being mentioned for Eriksen. I think I've seen Man United being mentioned for Eriksen. Yeah, he made the mistake to go to Inter. Just something hasn't happened for him at Inter.
Well, he's playing in a system with Conte that just they don't need a 10. No. That's not how Conte plays.
No.
So yeah, it's kind of it was an interesting choice because he went there on loan initially and then he made it permanent. So something obviously went wrong.
Something did go wrong with him, but I hope he manages to get his career back on track. But yeah, he's kind of hit a bit of a buffer, as they say at Inter, unfortunately.
And sort of that.
Go on.
Be careful what you wish for, sort of thing. So he really wanted to get out of Tottenham, not realizing that he had it quite good there. So now he's gone and it's not grass isn't greener on the other side, sort of thing. He's seen how it is at Inter and thought, oh, actually, it was actually all right over there. Can I go back?
Speaking of hitting a wall, I guess Ali with Mourinho's obviously he's kind of hit a wall and really, really dropped off in terms of performances, and he's actually not even looked good when he's played as well. I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean he was good last night, but
it's Mourinho.
It's Mourinho. It's an 8th tier team, so you have to turn up against the big boys. But yeah, I think Dele Alli is another one whose career I think he would do good with a loan move, in all honesty. But whether or not he gets that move is another matter.
Yeah. I think it's probably a similar situation between him and Eriksen and Dele Alli, where they don't fit the system that the managers play in, and then are falling out with the manager, and inevitably sort of falling out of favour and falling out with the club hierarchy. So it's a bit of a difficult situation for them, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a lesser version of the Ozil situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of being rectified now, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe he's away to Fenerbahce or somewhere like that. He's good. He's good. I think he's good friends with the Turkish mayor, I think it is, or something
isn't
there.
He half Turkish himself?
He is half Turkish,
There was that controversy when him and Gundogan took a picture with the Turkish president, because the Turkish president is just he's a proper dodgy geezer. Like, it's a complete dodgy politician, let's say.
I don't think the Turkish Prime Minister wants to be called a dodgy geezer, let's be honest.
Dodgy geezer,
I don't think he wants to be called that, no.
Dodgy geezer, yeah. But yeah, that's caused controversy, but I think he's good mates with him or whatever, so I don't. He's probably good mates with the mayor of Istanbul as well. So yeah, he's good mates with the people in high places in Turkey.
Well, before we wrap this up, is there anything else either of you two want to mention?
No,
just as Doug freezes.
Just Gundogan and Özil are part of the Turkish mafia. No.
Oh, that'd be a bit interesting. That would be a bit.
Can you imagine? Yeah, Gundogan and Özil might not be part of the Turkish mafia, but yeah, they're mates with the Turkish Prime Minister or President or whatever, Erdogan.
Well, on that note, Doug, it's a pleasure to have you on. Hope you enjoyed.
I really have it. Thank you very much for having me, and hopefully your channel will grow like mine has. And but no, I really do appreciate you having me. And yeah, your podcast is going from strength to strength. So keep up, guys. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Well, do check out Doug. His link will be in the description for his channel. So do head over there and give him a like because he does do some fantastic stuff over there. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you are new around here, do subscribe. We really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the video, do give it a like and let us know what you think in the comments below. But we will see you on Sunday with, I think, another Purple show. Goodbye.